Okay, executing the start. Now, I've said in the last video that in general you'll find the better teams are trying to make good starts so they maximise the opportunity of coming out 1 and 2. Now, they clearly will be doing that, but they clearly, if they got the opportunity to make you have a poor start, they are more likely to do it in a team race than in a fleet race. So the corridor is what you've always got to be aware of, because again, we're going to be in blue. If the opposition are in yellow, they will, as we know, be try and stop you from coming in here to make you have a bad start. So you've always got to be aware of the corridor. And if you're in the corridor, you're in a fairly, shall we say, safe place. You're not going to get squeezed out here, and you're not going to find yourself below the ley line here. Now, once we've decided we're going to be in the corridor with, let's say, 20 seconds to go, we have a big decision to make. And the decision is, are we going to what is known as push? So I'm the blue boat here coming up from behind, and I'm perhaps poking my nose in here, and this yellow boat is being pushed over the line. And of course it's all about time and distance. So you either decide you're going to push, or you decide that you're going to lead in. And of course you're hoping that if you lead in, that you will get your timing right, and the yellow boat will be in your lee as you start, or you will have better control of them. And the key to deciding whether you're going to push or lead is really a function of two things. And the first is, how windy is it? Strength of wind. Strength of wind. And the second is the bias on the line. Bias on line. And if we have got weak, low strength of wind, and we have got a heavy port pin end bias, it means that it is relatively difficult to cross the line. So if you try and push, and there is a bias on the line over to this way, so the wind is effectively, I'm saying the wind isn't at 90, it's from here, and if the wind is light, you will find that pushing is a more difficult thing to execute. You may very well end up in the dirt. Conversely, if we have got strong wind and we have got a bias on the line towards the committee boat, it is much easier to push someone over, and by trying to lead in, you can get yourself into problems. So that is an absolute fundamental you want to think about before you start.